Hey, good luck finding a hand sanitizer in this country right now. Seriously. I had a to-do list yesterday. Tiffany's like, what do we need? I'm like, you know what? Hand sanitizer probably, I think it's probably smart to be vigilant about coronavirus, blah, 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 razors, blah, 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 blah. She came back with everything except the hand sanitizers. She's like, Target does not have any.
Nope.
They're gone.
Wow.
We've got the remaining one here in studio, and we can sell it for $1,000.
Now, I stocked up before Disney, so Blair came home and was like, there's no hand sanitizer at Target. I repeat. And I was like, dude, I got so much. So, yeah, when I sell my foot pictures, there's going to be a little hand sanitizer in there for an extra 20.
You know what they're going to use that
$100.
for? Okay.
You know what's messed up is that soap is not sold out. And soap is still better than hand sanitizer.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. It's far better
Really?
because it removes particles as well. But nope. Hand sanitizer, no soap. Soap's in abundance.
Let's stick with our coronavirus theme because yesterday she emailed us and said that someone has to stand up to the in-laws and tell them, look, you can't come visit your brand new baby granddaughter.
Bert Show. Never thought I'd be one of those people asking for advice or your opinions, but I'd really like you all, especially Cassie, to tell me if I'm overreacting because my husband thinks I am. I have a 3-month-old baby girl. I am a first-time mom, so I'm nervous about everything and I tend to overthink everything. Well, my in-laws don't live locally. They live about 5 hours away. They have also been traveling quite a bit the last few months, and so they haven't spent any time with her except at Christmas. They are done traveling, they are back home and planning to come visit this weekend and stay at our house. My mother-in-law is desperate to see her grandbaby. However, the last stop on their trip was Italy. I told my husband that I did not want them coming to visit until they are at least 2 weeks removed from their return from Europe. My husband thinks I'm being ridiculous and refuses to tell his parents not to come. He said they haven't seen the baby and he wants to spend time with them and watch them get to be grandparents. I want all those things for him, but I'm really concerned about my 3-month-old catching a deadly virus. I know the odds are low that my in-laws were even exposed, but I still don't want any risk at all. Do I call my in-laws myself and uninvite them, or should I just take our daughter and stay at my parents without telling them help?
All right. So his in-laws, he's got to go to the in-laws, right?
Yeah.
His own parents to go, look, she's just not comfortable. All right. Maybe she's freaking out, whatever, but we're going to take precautions, right?
And it's not like she just wants them to be 2 weeks removed. It's not like she's saying, you can't see them in 2020.
Right.
That's the
that's
responsible thing to do, right? Is 14 days, I think CDC said. Quarantine yourself for 14 days. That's nice to everyone if you're just getting home from any of these hot zones.
Agreed. All right, so she updates us this morning. Well, I'm glad to know I'm not overreacting because I think we all took her very seriously yesterday, right?
We did.
We did.
After hearing everyone's opinions, I feel more strongly than before that my in-laws should not be in contact with my baby. I decided to contact my mother-in-law myself. Uh-oh. Red flag. Woo, woo, woo. And ask her not to come. Her response was basically that she felt I was overreacting and I shouldn't believe all the media hype. She says we all have a better chance of being in a car accident than getting the virus. And yet, we all get in cars every day.
Unless you were in Italy, and you were.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Your chances of getting in a car accident in Italy are way worse right now. I reiterated that I'd feel better postponing their visit this time around. About 30 minutes later, my husband came home angry and that I had uninvited his parents. We fought about it again, and I begged him just to let us go visit them in a few weeks. He repeated what his mom said and told me we have a greater chance of being in a car wreck during the 5-hour road trip to their house. So obviously he and Mom's talked, and Mom's is pushing him that way, right?
And they had to change the verbiage. They're not uninvited. They're just postponing. They're just moving the date. That's it.
So the way we left it with me was that they were still coming and arriving tomorrow night. So I guess they will all find out that their grandchild and I will not be there.
Oh, man.
My daughter and I are going to spend a few days with my own parents. I know my husband is going to be livid, but I have to do what I feel is safest for our daughter. Unfortunately, what I just realized today is that my husband will now come in contact with his parents.
Oh.
So if they had been exposed in Italy, then they would also expose my husband. So if I return home to my husband, Even after they leave, I'm still putting my daughter and myself at risk. So now I'm planning to stay at my own parents' until next weekend. That'll be 2 weeks from the time the in-laws return from their trip. If they show no signs of any illness between now and then I know they didn't bring back the virus with them from Italy and expose my husband. I know he's going to be furious. I just hope he doesn't decide to show up at my parents' house, because then it's really going to be bad. Only half joking when I ask, is it considered kidnapping if you take your own child away for a week without your spouse's consent?
I think as long as you don't cross state lines, you're okay.
Huh.
I'm not sure though, but
I'm not sure either. Cassie does know a little about everything.
this is infuriating to me because I'm
Yeah.
actually in a very similar situation. My parents were supposed to come visit next weekend, and they have to fly through an international airport to get here, where like travelers from all over are coming because it's international. And we talked, and we decided they canceled the trip. And it was just a one-stop flight from a couple states away because they recognize the risks, and they're both medical professionals.
I was going to say, I think, don't they both work in the medical field?
Yeah, but it's just like her in-laws, and they're finding out now that people who get coronavirus have permanent scarring to their lungs, and
right?
I think it's their kidneys or their liver, one of the two.
Really?
Like, they're putting not only the child at risk, but they're at risk through traveling, and they're spreading the disease. They're literally ignoring CDC guidelines of self-quarantine.
Well, they're coming to their house, and she's not going to be there. The kid's not going to be there. She's not going to be there for a week and a half or 2 weeks now. So that's where it's at.
I love this.
So we'll get an update on Monday. I mean, but this really is like a line in the sand.
Can your dad write a doctor's note? All she needs is a doctor's note.
Yeah, sure,
Telling
he'd
the
do it.
parents.
Done.
Once you get a doctor's note, you can't,
They're not going to care.
Done.
No.
The Bert Show.